Ladies and gentlemen, there are moments in life when everything seems to collapse around you. Moments so dark, so heavy, that you feel swallowed by your circumstances. But let me tell you something I've learned, not from books or quotes, but from living through those dark hours. There is no light without dark. You see, we often chase happiness, success, and comfort as if they exist in isolation. We want the sunshine, but we forget that it's only because of the night that we can truly appreciate the dawn. Light isn't just something you find, it's something that's revealed when you survive the dark. There was a time in my life when I thought everything was over. My body was broken, my dreams shattered. I cried not just from pain, but from the fear that I would never be whole again. But slowly, as the tears dried, I began to see things I never noticed before. I began to appreciate every breath, every sunrise, every word of kindness. The darkness taught me to really see the light that I once took for granted. Pain is a powerful teacher. It humbles us. It strips away our illusions and leaves us with the raw, honest version of ourselves. And in that honesty, we find strength. We find purpose. We find light. Darkness you're in is not your enemy. It is your sculptor. It is shaping you into someone stronger, wiser, and more compassionate than you've ever been. Let your scars remind you not of pain, but of survival. Let your struggle be the soil in which your courage grows. And when you finally step into the light, you'll shine not in spite of your darkness, but because of it. Because there is and there always will be no light without dark. Darkness reveals light. True appreciation for light comes only after experiencing darkness. Challenges illuminate what really matters. Pain is a teacher. Difficult experiences are not just obstacles, they are powerful lessons that shape character and resilience. You are not broken, you are becoming. Struggles don't destroy you. They transform you into a stronger, more compassionate version of yourself. Strength comes from vulnerability. Embracing weakness and hardship allows for deeper inner growth and courage. Scars are symbols of survival. Every scar, whether physical or emotional, is proof of overcoming, not defeat. Purpose is forged in darkness. Life's darkest moments often lead us to our deepest sense of meaning and direction. Would you like these turned into a visual slide or quote format for social media or a video? True appreciation for light comes only after experiencing darkness. This idea may seem poetic, but it's a deep truth woven into the very fabric of human experience. Light, in its essence, is more than brightness or visibility. It is hope, joy, healing, understanding, and peace. But these are not things we notice or value until we've been through moments where they are absent. Think about the simplest example. A candle flickering in broad daylight goes unnoticed. But in a pitch black room, that same candle becomes everything. Its light, small as it may be, becomes a symbol of safety, warmth, and direction. Similarly, in our lives, we often fail to recognize the good until we are forced to face the absence of it. It's in the dark chapters of life, the losses, the heartbreaks, the failures, that we begin to question everything. Why me? Why now? What's the point? These questions don't have immediate answers, but they are the start of something important, awakening. In darkness, we are stripped of distractions. The noise quiets and we are left with ourselves, raw and unfiltered. It is in this silence, this discomfort, that we start to discover who we really are and what we truly need. The truth is, darkness is not the enemy. It is a space of transformation. A seed does not grow in sunlight alone. It needs to be buried in the dark soil, hidden, isolated, and pressed before it ever reaches for the light. Likewise, we must go through our own seasons underground. It is painful. It is confusing, but it is necessary. When you've walked through darkness, real darkness, you come out changed. You begin to see beauty where you once saw nothing. A morning breeze, the smile of a stranger, the quiet support of a friend, these small things begin to matter more. You stop taking the light for granted because you remember what it felt like to live without it. Darkness teaches gratitude. It humbles us. It reminds us that life is fragile and unpredictable, but also incredibly resilient. Just when you think you can't go on, you find a strength inside yourself that you didn't know existed. This strength doesn't come from the easy days, it comes from the days you thought would break you but didn't. We often look at other people and admire their light. We see someone smiling, successful, full of life, and we assume they've had it easy. But light like that doesn't come for free. It is earned, often in the hardest way possible. Behind that smile may be 1,000 tears. Behind that strength may be years of struggle. And that's what makes it beautiful. It was forged, not gifted. There is no light without dark because contrast is what gives meaning. Without sorrow, joy has no depth. Without hardship, ease has no sweetness. Without confusion, clarity doesn't shine. We need both. Life isn't meant to be all sunshine. It is meant to be full with highs and lows, light and shadow. It's in embracing both that we become whole. So if you're in a dark place right now, know this, it won't last forever. The night may feel endless, but the sun always rises. And when it does, you'll stand in that light not just as someone who survived, but as someone who sees. Someone who understands the value of peace because they've known chaos. Someone who holds joy not loosely, but with reverence. Let the darkness shape you, but never define you. Let it build you, not break you. Because one day, when your light shines, it will be a beacon for others still walking through their night. And in that moment, you'll understand the greatest truth of all. It was never just about finding the light, it was about becoming it. Pain is a teacher. It doesn't wear a kind face, and it rarely comes with warnings. It arrives uninvited, sometimes loud and explosive, sometimes quiet and slow burning, but it never leaves us the same. While most of us instinctively resist pain, wishing it away or trying to escape it, the truth is that pain often brings with it the most profound lessons life has to offer. It strips away illusions, challenges our beliefs, and forces us to grow in ways comfort never could. We often think of growth as something beautiful, like a flower blooming. But real growth is messy. It's uncomfortable, uncertain, and at times deeply painful. Pain puts us face to face with our vulnerabilities. It exposes what we're afraid of, what we've been avoiding, and what truly matters to us. And in doing so, it teaches us. Not through lectures or books, but through experience, through the kind of learning that happens deep within the soul. Pain teaches empathy. When you've suffered, even in silence, you gain a new kind of sensitivity toward others. You begin to notice the sadness behind someone's smile, the exhaustion behind their "I'm fine." You become slower to judge, quicker to forgive. Your own pain becomes a bridge to understanding the pain of others. This empathy doesn't come from theory, it comes from lived experience. Pain softens us. It makes us human in the most beautiful way. It also teaches resilience. When life knocks you down, truly down, and you have to figure out how to get back up, that's when you discover what you're made of. It's easy to be strong when everything's going well, but real strength is forged in struggle. It's found in the moments when you feel like giving up, but somehow you take one more step, and then another. Pain doesn't just break us, it builds us. Every time we overcome, we gain not just confidence, but a quiet knowing that we can survive even when it hurts. Pain also reveals truth. In comfort, we can fool ourselves. We stay busy, distracted, wrapped in routines. But pain has a way of cutting through the noise. It asks questions we often avoid. Are you living the life you truly want? Are you being honest with yourself? Are you surrounding yourself with the right people? These are not easy questions, but pain forces us to confront them. And while those moments of reckoning can be, it also teaches resilience. When life knocks you down, truly down, and you have to figure out how to get back up, that's when you discover what you're made of. It's easy to be strong when everything's going well, but real strength is forged in struggle. It's found in the moments when you feel like giving up, but somehow you take one more step, and then another. Pain doesn't just break us, it builds us. Every time we overcome, we gain not just confidence, but a quiet knowing that we can survive even when it hurts. Pain also reveals truth. In comfort, we can fool ourselves. We stay busy, distracted, wrapped in routines. But pain has a way of cutting through the noise. It asks questions we often avoid. Are you living the life you truly want? Are you being honest with yourself? Are you surrounding yourself with the right people? These are not easy questions, but pain forces us to confront them. And while those moments of reckoning can be yourself, are you surrounding yourself with the right people? These are not easy questions, but pain forces us to confront them. And while those moments of reckoning can be hard, they are also freeing. Because truth, no matter how painful, always leads to clarity. There's another lesson pain teaches that often goes unnoticed: appreciation. After walking through a storm, you don't just notice the sunshine, you treasure it. The simple things become significant: a kind word, a quiet moment, a deep breath. You no longer take peace for granted because you know what it costs. Pain sharpens our vision, allowing us to see beauty in places we once overlooked. It reminds us that even in the midst of suffering, life still offers moments of grace. Sometimes the greatest transformation comes not from what we gain, but from what we lose. When pain takes away something we thought we couldn't live without, we are forced to rediscover ourselves. We begin again wiser, gentler, more grounded. And though we may carry scars, those marks are not signs of weakness. They are signs of healing. They are proof that we've lived, endured, and emerged with a new, deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. We don't choose pain, but we can choose how we respond to it. We can resist it, numb it, or pretend it doesn't exist. Or we can face it, feel it, and let it teach us. The second path is harder, but it's the only one that truly leads to growth. Because once we let pain teach us, it transforms from an enemy into a guide. And when we walk with it long enough, we realize it's not here to destroy us, it's here to develop us. So the next time you find yourself in a season of pain, remember this: it's okay to feel lost, to cry, to be angry. But don't close yourself off from the lesson. Ask yourself, what is this pain trying to show me? You may not get an answer right away, but trust that it's shaping you into someone stronger, deeper, and more alive than you were before. Pain may not be a welcome teacher, but it is a powerful one. And sometimes the lessons it leaves behind are the ones that guide us for the rest of our lives. You are not broken, you are becoming. In a world that often celebrates perfection and ease, it's easy to believe that if you're struggling, if you're lost, then something must be wrong with you. But that's not the truth. Struggle does not mean failure. Pain does not mean you're broken. The process of becoming is messy, uncomfortable, and often invisible to others, but it is also deeply powerful. So the next time you find yourself in a season of pain, remember this: it's okay to feel lost, to cry, to be angry. But don't close yourself off from the lesson. Ask yourself, what is this pain trying to show me? You may not get an answer right away, but trust that it's shaping you into someone stronger, deeper, and more alive than you were before. Pain may not be a welcome teacher, but it is a powerful one. And sometimes the lessons it leaves behind are the ones that guide us for the rest of our lives. You are not broken, you are becoming. In a world that often celebrates perfection and ease, it's easy to believe that if you're struggling, if you're lost, then something must be wrong with you. But that's not the truth. Struggle does not mean failure. Pain does not mean you're broken. The process of becoming is messy, uncomfortable, and often invisible to others, but it is also deeply powerful. We live in a culture that romanticizes the after story, after the success, after the healing, after the transformation. But rarely do we talk about the during, the in-between space where the change is happening. That space is where most of us live. And it's also the space where we start to redefine ourselves. The truth is, who you are today is not the end of your story. You are in the middle of becoming someone stronger, wiser, and more complete. When life pulls the ground out from beneath you, it can feel like you've shattered into pieces. But maybe you haven't shattered, maybe you're shedding. Shedding the parts of yourself that no longer serve you, the fears that once held you back, the expectations that were never yours to carry. That shedding hurts. It's confusing, but it's not destruction, it's transformation. Just like a caterpillar has to dissolve inside the cocoon before it becomes a butterfly, you too must go through a period where things don't make sense, where everything feels uncertain. That doesn't mean you're broken. It means you're growing. There's incredible strength in being vulnerable enough to admit that you're not okay, that you're figuring things out. Society may pressure us to put on a brave face, to act like we've got it all under control. But real courage is found in the moments when we're honest with ourselves. When we say, I don't have all the answers right now, but I'm still showing up. That's not weakness, that's bravery. When you stop labeling yourself as broken, you begin to see yourself differently. You stop trying to fix yourself and start learning from yourself. You stop rushing towards some imagined finish line and start being present with who you are today. This shift in perspective is not small, it's life-changing. Because becoming isn't about perfection, it's about presence. It's about being fully alive in the middle of the mess, knowing that every moment is part of your evolution. You are not a problem to be solved. You are a soul unfolding. The pain you feel now is not a sign that you are unworthy, it's evidence that you are shedding your old skin, stepping into a deeper version of yourself. There will come a time when you look back and realize that the moments you thought were breaking you were actually building you. You'll remember the nights you cried alone, the days you doubted yourself, the times you wanted to quit, and you'll see how each of those moments was shaping you. Strength doesn't always roar. Sometimes it's a quiet whisper that says, keep going. Becoming means giving yourself permission to evolve, to change your mind, to choose a new path, to let go of who you thought you were supposed to be and embrace who you truly are. It means forgiving yourself for past mistakes, honoring your progress, and having faith in what you're becoming, even if you can't fully see it yet.